From a tender age, Naomi's heart harbored a deep and unwavering passion for the art of pastry making. Her earliest memory of this dream crystallized when she was just 7 years old, as she stood beside her mother, eagerly assisting in the delicate process of layering a cake with velvety cream. It was in that sweet, transformative moment that Naomi's youthful soul became certain of her life's purpose. She was destined to create delectable confections that would bring joy to others. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. Her mother, who had a talent for crafting exquisite pastries, once dreamed of opening her charming bakery. However, a shadow loomed over this aspiration. Naomi's father, whose drinking habits had started as a weekend indulgence, had devolved into a daily struggle. His escalating addiction led to a tragic downfall. He was dismissed from his job, thrusting the family into financial turmoil. Naomi's mother, burdened with the weight of providing for her family, worked tirelessly as a school clerk from dawn till dusk. Despite her exhaustion, she continued to bake cakes each evening, driven by a fierce determination to support her family. However, the meager income from her late-night baking efforts was insufficient to cover their mounting expenses. As Naomi reached the age of 18, her yearning to pursue her pastry dream grew stronger. Yet, her mother, deeply concerned about the harsh realities of life, urged her to seek a more stable career. Fearing conflict and wishing to honor her mother's wishes, Naomi reluctantly enrolled in college to study accounting, a decision made out of financial necessity, as they could not afford the cost of higher education. Her mother had selected this path, believing that a degree in accounting would ensure job security and financial stability. Tragedy struck a year later when Naomi's father succumbed to the ravages of alcoholism. His death, while marking the end of a painful chapter, left Naomi and her mother in an even more precarious situation, depleting their savings for the funeral and leaving them grappling with an overwhelming sense of relief mixed with sorrow. The absence of their father's presence, while easing some of their immediate struggles, did little to alleviate the hardships of their daily existence. Naomi's college life was marred by her profound dissatisfaction and disillusionment with her chosen field. Each day spent studying accounting felt like a betrayal of her true passion. Despite her desire to drop out and pursue her dream of becoming a pastry chef, she remained trapped in her academic pursuit, understanding the immense importance of her mother's sacrifices. It wasn't until the third year of her college journey that a glimmer of hope appeared. David, a charismatic student from another city, transferred to their college. His enthusiasm for his chosen career contrasted starkly with Naomi's apathy. As he became a focal point of interest for many of the girls at the college, David's attention was drawn to Naomi. He invited her to coffee, and during their conversation, Naomi revealed her heartfelt secret, her longing to leave behind the world of accounting and embrace her true calling as a pastry chef. "Be patient," Naomi, David said, with a reassuring smile. "We're already in our third year of college. Your mother will be so proud if you finish your degree in economics. Once you have that, you'll have the freedom to pursue any career you desire. But if you marry me, you won't need to worry about working at all. You can bake to your heart's content." Naomi laughed at his forwardness. "This is our first date, and you're already talking about marriage." David's eyes sparkled with a mix of confidence and sincerity. "From the moment I saw you, I knew you were destined to be my wife." His words were not mere flattery. Within a month of their college graduation, Naomi and David were happily married. As David embarked on his university studies as planned, Naomi continued to work as an accountant, contributing to their finances as they built their life together. Despite their modest means, without a car or an apartment to their name, they managed to get by comfortably, thanks to David's exceptional performance as a student and his part-time job at a prominent company. Tragedy struck a year after their wedding when Naomi's mother passed away. Her death was a profound blow to Naomi, who learned that her mother had long struggled with heart problems but had never found the time or resources for proper medical care. Grieving deeply, Naomi took 2 weeks off work to be alone in her mother's empty apartment, a place once filled with warmth and cherished memories. The familiar spaces that had once brought joy, like the spot where she and her father had built and played with a toy train, were now stark and silent. The sofa where her father had slept through his bouts of drunkenness was gone, sold off after his passing. Yet there remained a whisk, a poignant reminder of the first time Naomi had whipped cream, and a rotating stand where her mother had crafted her sweet creations. Reluctant to leave the apartment, Naomi and David decided it was time to make it their own. They renovated it, updating the wallpaper and replacing worn-out furniture. Although the physical remnants of the past had been altered, the memories remained, immortalized in photographs in Naomi's heart. Though she gradually healed from her mother's death, the strain of her accounting job persisted. David, ever supportive, reassured Naomi that he would fulfill his promise, that she would eventually leave her unsatisfying job and embrace her true passion for pastry once he had secured a promotion and completed his university studies. Time passed, and the couple began contemplating starting a family. After much discussion, they decided to wait for a more favorable time. 3 years later, David had achieved everything he had aspired to. He received a well-deserved promotion, and Naomi was finally able to quit her job and dive into her long-awaited pastry career. However, one evening, David came home with an unusual expression on his face. He seemed preoccupied and began asking Naomi a series of peculiar questions, his demeanor cloaked in a mysterious air that left her unsettled. "David, what kind of thrilling escapades could I possibly have at work today?" Naomi teased with a chuckle. "I've spent the whole day at home, and since one client didn't pick up their cake, you can enjoy it with your tea." David eagerly sampled the cake, his delight evident as he praised Naomi's baking skills. It was then that Naomi's curiosity was piqued by his unusual behavior. "What's going on with you today? Is there something you need to ask me?" she inquired, a hint of amusement in her voice. David, casting his eyes downward with a hint of nervousness, quickly replied, "I've been thinking about buying a car." It was clear he was seeking her approval for this purchase. Naomi, ever practical, saw the benefit of having a car, especially with their plans to start a family. It would make their lives much more convenient, sparing them the hassle of public transport. She was open to exploring affordable options together. But David's next statement took her by surprise. "I already have a specific car in mind, but we'll need a loan to afford it. Our savings alone won't cover the cost." Naomi's initial reaction was one of irritation. "Why do we need such an expensive car? Our savings should be enough for a reliable used vehicle." David, shifting uncomfortably, avoided her gaze. "You don't understand. I'm in a senior position at work. Even mid-level managers drive high-end cars. I can't be seen driving a cheap used car." Naomi was taken aback. "Why does it matter so much what others think? Why are you concerned about their opinions?" David's tone turned serious. "It's crucial for my professional image. I attend important meetings regularly, and arriving in an old car could create a negative impression. Additionally, an old car would require ongoing repairs and maintenance." His argument about the potential costs of maintaining a used car was more persuasive than his concerns about reputation. Reluctantly, Naomi agreed to the purchase of a new, reliable car. However, David's revelation about financing the car added another layer of complexity. "As I mentioned, we'll need a loan for this car, and the only way I can secure it is by using our apartment as collateral. I don't have any other assets," he explained. Naomi paused, placing the dish she was washing on the counter, her expression turning serious. The risk of leveraging their home made her uneasy. "What if something goes wrong?" she questioned. "What if you lose your job? Then the bank could repossess our apartment. Where would we live?" David approached her gently, taking her hand in his. His voice softened with reassurance. "Naomi, that won't happen. This loan won't affect you. Even if I lose this job, I'll find another one. I promise I'll do everything in my power to ensure you're happy and secure." Despite his reassuring words, Naomi remained apprehensive, feeling the weight of the decision pressing on her. She wanted to trust David, but the potential consequences were daunting. Naomi hesitated, her concerns still weighing heavily on her mind, but David's unwavering conviction and his track record of honesty and reliability ultimately persuaded her. Despite her lingering doubts, she agreed, and within a month, they proudly drove off in their new car. David was thrilled to share this milestone with Naomi. They cruised along the open highway, reveling in the beauty of the countryside and the joy of their recent purchase. Suddenly, Naomi's excitement turned to discomfort. She asked David to pull over urgently, feeling waves of nausea overcame her. David, concerned but hopeful, suggested, "It might be the winding roads. I'll try to drive more smoothly from now on to help with your nausea." Naomi took a deep breath and re-entered the car. "I don't think that's the cause. I've been feeling unwell for the past couple of weeks. Perhaps, just maybe, one of our dreams is about to come true." David's heart skipped a beat. His eyes sparkled with anticipation as he asked, "Are you saying that you might be pregnant?" Naomi nodded, a mix of excitement and apprehension in her voice. "It's possible. I'll confirm with a doctor tomorrow." David could hardly contain his joy. "Naomi, my love, this is incredible news. I'm over the moon." His face lit up with a beaming smile. "But why are you worried? We've longed for this moment." Naomi's worry was palpable. "It just feels like the timing might not be right. We've just taken on a loan, and a baby will add more financial pressure." David, ever the optimist, took her hand and gave it a reassuring squeeze. "Have I ever let you down? Have I not always done everything in my power to ensure your happiness and our well-being?" With a wink and a gentle smile, he added, "You know I've always kept my promises." Naomi felt a flicker of relief. Her trust in David was profound. He had always come through for her, though she often marveled at how he managed to fulfill his promises. As their lives adapted to the new circumstances, David worked tirelessly to support their growing family. Naomi, however, found herself struggling with morning sickness, which prevented her from baking and selling cakes as she once did. The anticipation of their daughter's arrival was bittersweet. David's extended hours at the office meant that Naomi spent more time alone, and she occasionally yearned for the sense of fulfillment she found in her former baking days. Yet, despite the challenges, she held on to the hope that their dreams were steadily unfolding, one precious step at a time. As the days went by, Naomi found herself grappling with an ever-increasing load of responsibilities. David's late-night arrivals became a routine, leaving Naomi to manage the household on her own. Though she had not yet given birth, she juggled cleaning, cooking, and maintaining the apartment, all while preparing for the arrival of their child. Each day presented a new set of challenges, and the weight of her duties pressed heavily upon her. Despite the exhaustion, David continued to provide financial support, bringing home money for groceries and occasionally buying her small gifts. When their daughter finally arrived in the spring, David's joy and pride were palpable. He was thrilled, and his excitement was infectious. Yet Naomi's weariness was profound. The demands of caring for a newborn, coupled with the need to manage the household, left her feeling drained. David's long hours and frequent absences made Naomi's days even more arduous. He seemed to drift further away, his presence fleeting and his nights at home brief. When he was present, he was often too exhausted to offer any help, falling asleep almost as soon as he walked through the door. Naomi's fears began to gnaw at her. Despite David's reassurances of his love and commitment, she couldn't shake the growing unease that their marriage was starting to fray. The once vibrant connection between them seemed to be fraying, and she feared that their relationship was unraveling under the strain of their new reality. One late evening, David returned home with a burst of excitement that momentarily dispelled Naomi's fatigue. He shook her awake, his face alight with exhilaration. "Naomi, I've been eagerly anticipating this moment," David said, his eyes gleaming. "I've been promoted to the highest position in the company, and we're going to receive a substantial bonus." Naomi's heart swelled with pride for her husband. It was a monumental achievement, a testament to his hard work and dedication. Yet, alongside her pride, a pang of disappointment struck her. David's new role demanded even more of his time, meaning his absences from home would become more frequent. Naomi felt a deep sense of frustration, as the balance of their family life seemed to tip further into difficulty. The burden of managing the household and caring for their baby alone became increasingly daunting. David's promotion brought with it heightened responsibilities and a relentless schedule. Business trips and meetings became routine, leaving Naomi to navigate the demands of motherhood and home life largely by herself. She missed David's presence, longing for the moments they could share as a family. Despite her exhaustion and mounting worries, Naomi endeavored to support David in his career, understanding that his success was crucial for their future. However, the relentless demands of her new role as a mother and the overwhelming responsibilities of running the household took a toll on her spirit, leaving her feeling overwhelmed and isolated. One evening, Naomi received a call from David that left her feeling a profound mix of frustration and solitude. He informed her that his workload was overwhelming and that he might not return home until the following morning. Naomi had clung to the hope that David's recent career success would mean more time spent together as a family, but it seemed that reality was veering in the opposite direction. The strain in Naomi and David's relationship grew palpable as days turned into weeks. Naomi felt like her own dreams and desires were relegated to the background while David pursued his career ambitions. She longed to return to her passion for baking, the one thing that had once filled her with joy and purpose. Yet she found herself trapped in a relentless cycle of motherhood and household duties, unsure of how to carve out time for herself amidst her responsibilities. Every attempt to express her feelings to David seemed to fall on deaf ears. He was often preoccupied with work or simply too distracted to fully grasp her concerns. Despite the mounting challenges, Naomi and David continued to provide each other with what support they could. Naomi dedicated herself to their daughter and the management of their home, while David labored tirelessly to ensure their financial stability. Both held on to the hope that, with time, they would discover a way to harmonize their personal and professional lives and rekindle their relationship. Amid these struggles, a brief yet poignant encounter occurred. Alice, their young daughter, tugged at Naomi's hand, her face etched with worry. "Mommy, someone might steal our bags," she said, her voice tinged with anxiety. "Why did you leave them there?" A man nearby, who had been observing the exchange, smiled gently at the girl and said, "Who would want our belongings?" Naomi, momentarily distracted from her troubles, responded, "All right, dear, go sit on the bench and keep an eye on our bags." The man listened intently to the brief conversation between mother and daughter. Despite their clothes showing signs of wear, it was clear to him that they were not destitute yet. The woman's sorrowful eyes spoke of a deeper, lingering sadness. Curious about the situation, the man, who introduced himself as Benjamin, asked Naomi why they were out with heavy bags. Naomi, weary and in need of any assistance, welcomed his offer of help. As they walked toward the bench, Naomi noted Benjamin's demeanor. His expensive attire, pristine shoes, a tailored jacket, and a luxurious watch suggested that he was a person of considerable means and confidence. The encounter, though brief, offered Naomi a glimmer of unexpected support in her ongoing struggle, reminding her that even amid her challenges, kindness and understanding could still find their way into her life. As Naomi shared her recent hardships with Benjamin, she felt a mix of relief and trepidation. She didn't delve into every detail of her life but focused on the immediate past few months: her husband's death, the crushing debt, and their subsequent eviction. The stark reality of their situation was evident, and she had tried to stay resilient despite the overwhelming circumstances. Benjamin listened intently, his expression shifting from curiosity to deep sympathy. "You have such a difficult fate," he said, "and despite everything you've been through, you've remained kind-hearted. You even risked your safety to help my son. Not everyone would do that." Naomi shrugged slightly. "Anyone would have done the same in my position. It was the right thing to do." When Benjamin mentioned the loss of his son's stroller, Naomi inquired about the circumstances. Benjamin explained that his nanny, responsible for looking after his son, had lost the stroller. He suspected she was neglectful rather than truthful, given her habit of being distracted by her phone. She had claimed the stroller was stolen, but Benjamin was skeptical, attributing the loss to her carelessness. Curious, Naomi asked why the nanny was looking after his son rather than the child's mother. Benjamin's face grew somewhat pained as he revealed that the baby's mother had passed away, leaving the nanny as the primary caretaker. "I still owe you a debt of gratitude," Benjamin said, his tone shifting to one of genuine concern. He continued, "After hearing your story, I've been thinking about what I could do for you. I own a restaurant in the capital, and I've been trying to sell it. It hasn't been very profitable, and I inherited it from my father." Naomi's eyes widened in surprise as Benjamin made an unexpected offer. "You can have the restaurant," he said. "It's yours now. There's no one there currently, but I keep paying for the utilities. The place has a kitchen and even a shower. It's certainly better than living on the street." For a moment, Naomi was speechless. The prospect of having a roof over their heads and a place where they could start to rebuild their lives was overwhelming. The offer was more than generous, and she felt a profound sense of gratitude toward Benjamin. "Are you sure?" she asked, still processing the enormity of his gesture. "Absolutely," Benjamin assured her. "It's the least I can do. You and your daughter deserve a chance at a fresh start." Naomi's heart swelled with mixed emotions: relief, hope, and a renewed sense of possibility. She accepted Benjamin's offer, knowing that it would provide them with the stability they desperately needed. As they parted ways, she felt a glimmer of optimism for the future, grateful for the unexpected kindness of a stranger who had offered them a lifeline. Naomi's excitement about the restaurant was palpable. Despite the disarray, her mind buzzed with plans and possibilities. The thought of transforming the neglected space into a vibrant bakery thrilled her. Her culinary expertise and accounting background gave her confidence in making the venture a success. Benjamin handed her the keys and explained that a lawyer would come the next day to formalize the arrangement. Naomi was overwhelmed with gratitude and hugged him tightly, her heart full of hope for the future. As Benjamin departed, Naomi's daughter, Alice, looked around in awe. "Mommy, is this our new house?" she asked. "No, sweetie," Naomi replied with a beaming smile. "It's much better than a house." Determined to make the most of this opportunity, Naomi immediately set to work. The restaurant's state was daunting, but she saw potential in every dusty corner. She envisioned a cozy, welcoming space where she could bring her baking dreams to life. With the little money she had left, Naomi began to assess her resources. "I think there's enough for about 10 cakes," she calculated. She decided to check what she could salvage and sell to raise additional funds. As she moved furniture and examined the clutter, her heart raced with anticipation. 2 hours later, Naomi realized they hadn't had anything to eat. She pulled out the remaining cookies from the neighbor but knew she needed fresh milk, so she went to the store. Alice, curious and eager, helped her mother as much as she could. The following month was intense but productive. Naomi devoted every spare moment to cleaning and refurbishing the restaurant. She scrubbed walls, repaired furniture, and organized the kitchen. Her passion and determination transformed the place into a welcoming environment, ready to showcase her baking skills. Her transformation work paid off. The restaurant, once a symbol of her struggles, became a beacon of hope and renewal. Naomi's vision took shape, and she prepared to open her new bakery. Each day she spent cleaning and arranging was a step closer to fulfilling her dream and building a brighter future for her family. Naomi had worked tirelessly to build her bakery from the ground up. Her dedication and passion had paid off, and the once neglected restaurant had transformed into a beloved local pastry shop. Customers appreciated her delicious cakes, and word of mouth had spread quickly, bringing in more business. With the bakery thriving, Naomi focused on maintaining high standards. She was meticulous about cleanliness and safety, ensuring that inspections from the fire department and sanitary service went smoothly. She even went the extra mile to build goodwill by offering complimentary cakes to the inspectors. However, when the officials arrived to check the food license, Naomi faced unexpected challenges. The official inspection revealed discrepancies in her paperwork and some issues with the restaurant's licensing that she hadn't anticipated. The officials informed Naomi that her current food license was not fully compliant with local regulations. They cited several reasons, including outdated documentation and a need for additional permits specific to certain aspects of food handling and business operations. Panicked but determined, Naomi knew she had to act quickly to resolve the issues. She reached out to Benjamin, who had shown kindness and support before. Although he was busy with his new business endeavors, he agreed to help her navigate the bureaucratic hurdles. Benjamin connected Naomi with a local consultant who specialized in business compliance and licensing. With the consultant's help, Naomi gathered the necessary documentation, updated her permits, and made the required adjustments to meet all regulatory standards. In the meantime, Naomi continued to run the bakery and manage her staff, ensuring that the quality of her products remained high and that customer service was excellent. She also worked on refining her business practices, drawing on her accounting background to maintain financial stability and plan for future growth. With perseverance and support from Benjamin and the consultant, Naomi successfully resolved the licensing issues. The bakery passed the final inspection, and Naomi was relieved and grateful. Her business could continue to flourish, providing her and Alice with a stable future. As her bakery gained more recognition and her business continued to grow, Naomi remained committed to excellence. She balanced her roles as a mother and a businesswoman with determination, always keeping in mind the promise she made to herself to build a better life for her daughter and to never let go of her dreams. As Benjamin and Henry arrived in the small town, they followed the directions to the restaurant. The town had a charming, rustic feel, but Benjamin's focus was on the restaurant. When they finally reached it, Benjamin was astonished by the transformation. The once neglected building now looked elegant and welcoming, with a polished facade and a beautifully designed interior. Inside, the restaurant was bustling with activity. The aroma of freshly baked pastries and gourmet dishes filled the air. The decor was sophisticated, with tasteful artwork and well-arranged seating. The restaurant was a far cry from the run-down place Benjamin had last seen. Benjamin and Henry approached the host, who greeted them warmly. Benjamin introduced himself and mentioned he was the owner of the restaurant. The host looked surprised but quickly arranged for them to have a table. As they were seated, Benjamin noticed the restaurant's menu, which featured a variety of exquisite dishes. He was intrigued by the level of sophistication and skill evident in the offerings. The host informed them that the restaurant had received rave reviews and had earned a Michelin star, a prestigious recognition in the culinary world. Benjamin couldn't believe his eyes and ears. He marveled at the fact that Naomi, whom he had initially underestimated, had turned the restaurant into a Michelin-starred establishment. After enjoying a meal that exceeded his expectations, Benjamin asked to speak with the chef. To his surprise, Naomi herself came out to greet him. She looked more confident and composed than he had ever seen her before. Benjamin was taken aback by her success and the way she carried herself. "Naomi, I had no idea you had transformed the restaurant into something so remarkable," Benjamin said, genuinely impressed. "Your achievements are extraordinary. I didn't expect you to turn this place into a Michelin-starred restaurant." Naomi smiled and thanked Benjamin for his kind words. She explained how she had worked tirelessly to build the business and create a place that people loved. She shared that she had put her heart and soul into every aspect of the restaurant, from the food to the customer experience. Benjamin's initial intention to sell the restaurant seemed trivial in light of Naomi's accomplishments. He realized that he had underestimated her potential and that she had proven him wrong. He apologized for his earlier doubts and expressed his admiration for her hard work and dedication. "I have to say, Naomi, I was wrong about you," Benjamin admitted. "You've turned this place into something truly special. I couldn't be more impressed." Naomi thanked Benjamin for his support and for allowing her to prove herself. She acknowledged that without his initial help, she might not have been able to achieve her dreams. As Benjamin and Henry left the restaurant, Benjamin felt a deep sense of respect for Naomi and her achievements. He realized that sometimes people can exceed expectations and turn their lives around in truly remarkable ways. Benjamin was genuinely astonished by Naomi's transformation and success. The restaurant, now a beacon of culinary excellence, stood as a testament to her hard work and resilience. He couldn't help but marvel at how far she had come from the struggling woman he had first met. "I must say, Naomi, this place is incredible. You've truly outdone yourself," Benjamin said, still trying to process the extent of the change. Naomi smiled graciously. "Thank you, Benjamin. Your help was the catalyst that allowed us to start anew. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and I hope to continue building on this success." Benjamin looked around, taking in the luxurious decor and the satisfied patrons. "I'm glad to see that you're happy with what you've built. It was clear from the beginning that you had the talent and drive, but seeing it all come to life is something else entirely." He paused for a moment, considering Naomi's earlier refusal of his offer. "You know, Naomi, I understand if you're content with where you are now. But if you ever need more support or want to expand further, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than willing to assist you in any way I can." Naomi appreciated the gesture. "Thank you, Benjamin. That means a lot. For now, I'm focused on continuing to grow and improve our restaurant. We've built something wonderful, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here." As Benjamin and Henry left the restaurant, Benjamin reflected on the journey that had brought Naomi to this point. He realized that his initial doubts had been misplaced and that Naomi's success was a result of her talent and perseverance. The small town had become a thriving hub of culinary excellence, thanks to Naomi's dedication. Benjamin was content knowing he had played a small part in her journey, but he was even more impressed by her ability to turn adversity into triumph. Naomi, meanwhile, continued to run her restaurant with passion and commitment, always grateful for the opportunity that had been given to her and determined to create a lasting legacy for her daughter and herself. Benjamin's admiration for Naomi was evident as he left the restaurant, reflecting on her remarkable transformation. Her journey from a struggling single mother to a successful business owner was nothing short of inspiring. He felt a deep sense of pride, knowing that he had played a small part in her story by offering her the opportunity to rebuild her life. As he walked away, Benjamin thought about how Naomi had taken a difficult situation and turned it into something extraordinary. Her dedication and hard work had not only revitalized the restaurant but also made a significant impact on the community. He was genuinely impressed by her resilience and the way she had embraced her new role with such grace and determination. Naomi watched him leave, feeling a sense of fulfillment and gratitude. She knew that the restaurant was more than just a place where she worked, it was a symbol of her journey and her new beginning. With her daughter by her side, Naomi continued to build on the success of the restaurant, always remembering the kindness of the man who had given her a chance when she needed it most. The restaurant thrived, becoming a beloved local gem and a testament to Naomi's talent and perseverance. Benjamin's visit had been a poignant reminder of how far she had come, and it only reinforced her commitment to making her business a beacon of hope and excellence. As the years went by, Naomi's restaurant continued to flourish, and she remained dedicated to creating a warm and welcoming environment for her customers. She often reflected on her journey with a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that her hard work had paid off and that she had created a lasting legacy for herself and her daughter. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey of Naomi's transformation. From facing adversity and starting anew to creating a thriving business and finding personal fulfillment, her story is a powerful testament to resilience and perseverance. As we wrap up, we'd love to hear from you. What's one key takeaway you've gained from Naomi's journey that you plan to apply in your own life? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. Your reflections could inspire others. If you found this video valuable, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Your support helps us continue bringing you stories of transformation and success. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.